people will wonder, well, why did he marry Hagar? We must remember who Hagar is. Most people that listen to this story do not recall the travels that Abram and Sarah had in acquiring Hagar. You know, when Abram went into the Egyptian kingdom during the famine and placated as if Sarai was his sister, they deceived intentionally the Pharaoh. And in doing so, it was a spiritual sin that many people don't realize today. In the Egyptian kingdom and all the kingdoms of the world at that time, because we see the same thing happening with Abimelech when Abram goes into the Philistine kingdom and does the same thing again with Sarah, saying that he is her brother. That these things bring sin upon kingdoms. They curse kingdoms from the top down. And because such a monumental sin befell these people, they put these people out of the kingdom, but they didn't kick them out in a negative way. They gave them all kinds of riches. Abram became very rich from deceiving the Egyptians the way he did by saying Sarah was his sister. It was through deception. No matter how you cut it, no matter what they say the intention was, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they were deceptive. And the Egyptians, looking to lessen the level of the curse that would befall them from just even thinking to wife Sarah, the king gave Abram and Sarah Hagar. The book of Jasher, chapter 15, verse 32. Verse 31. And the king took a maiden whom he begot by his concubines, and he gave her to Sarai for a handmaid. That's Hagar. Hagar is the Egyptian king's daughter. She's a princess. She's not just a maid. The Bible does not go into detail as to the story behind Hagar, but there was a story to Hagar. She was a gift, a parting gift, a huge gift because of a huge lie that brought on a potentially huge curse. To lessen the magnitude of the curse, they had to give Abram and Sarah a monumental blessing. A blessing 10 times greater than the curse. So they give Sarah and Abram cattle and silver and all kinds of precious metal, gold and maid servants and all kinds of things. And then one of them is the handmaid, the king's daughter. They get the king of Egypt's daughter. That is who Hagar is. So when Sarah comes to Abram and proposes Abram with this solution to her not being able to bear children, she chooses Hagar because Hagar is royalty. She can legitimize telling Abram to marry Hagar because what Abram is doing essentially is marrying into the Egyptian royal bloodline. When we look at Ishmael, we're looking at the marriage between the Egyptian dynasty and the Hebraic house.